Great Britain at the start of the third millennium, and the human soul is slowly being crushed by marketers, modernisers, training programs, fire regulations, health and safety inspections, performance targets, questionnaires!
I like them.
I like questionnaires too.
Surveys!
The worst are resorting to the power of violence. The best are turning to kinky sex and Sudoku. Give me a D!
D!
Give me an O!
O!
Give me a U!
U!
Give me a B!
B!
Give me a T!
T!
What's that spell?
Doubt!
You sure?
Yeah.
Say a prayer for Dennis Norden. Say a prayer for Dennis Norden. He never wrote poetry like W.H. Auden. Oh, poor Den. He never owned shops like W.H. Smith. Sex. Don't you think that sex is a bit underrated?
It's great.
Sex, come my way. Come and visit me today. Sex, you're the most. I'll be glad to be your host. Sex, don't be shy. On my mattress, naked lie. I'm a decent sort of chap. You're most welcome on my lap. Sex, pay me your tune. Don't you think it's my turn soon? All this time I've waited here. Why's it been you ain't come near? Sex, come my way. Pay a call to me today. Sex, allay your fears. And I'll say, thank you. Nice one. Cheers.
Way!
Are you feeling all wrong? Apparently, a survey conducted in Witch magazine recently discovered that 40% of witches thought that raspberry ripple was the best flavour of ice cream. 22% thought chocolate banana was. Which flavour of ice cream do you like best? Get it? Which flavour of ice cream do you like best? Everybody on the count of three, shout out the name of your favourite ice cream flavour in an evil voice. It has to be a witch. 1, 2, 3.
Christian coffee!
Love poems. I overestimated you. That's what love is. Diary. Traveller, if you're lonely, pretend there's two of you. One who has opinions, one who says, yes, that's true. So you can express yourself to one who shares your view. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I do. Don't you think it's disgusting that only 1 in 5 students in the top 20% ability range? Spiritual teachers. 1,000 spiritual teachers told me 1,000 different meanings of life. One was true, 999 were bluff. Well, thanks a lot, guys. After the meaning of silly business anyway. What else do you do? A couple of them said they were quite good at making scented candles. Ooh, isn't it fun being a witch? Isn't it just great? Ooh. Everybody, touch the person next to you and scare them for 18 seconds. And your mark, get set, go!
Oh my God, can you say
Pardon, up, Mrs. Magruder, make sure she hasn't left the gas cooker on. Mrs. Magruder, Mrs. Magruder. She occasionally plays rummy, she quite likes Elton John. Mrs. Magruder, Mrs. Magruder. She likes to empty the dishwasher before Stars in Her Eyes takes place. She puts away the washed up pots to free up a bit more space. Mrs. Magruder applies Tesco's Rouge to her lumpish face. Mrs. Magruder sang a song of darkness and disgrace. She's a bungalow Clytemnestra, a female David Vine. Her lounge is full of mahogany, but her kitchen's mostly pine. Once dinosaurs roamed what is now Walthamstow. Once dragons ate unsuccessful saints. Today, Mrs. Magruder is standing as treasurer of the Badminton Club Social Committee, unopposed. And where would we be without pastry? As Susie pops over the third millennium, Mrs. Magruder, she ignores my faith in everything, my belief in Mother Brown. On reflection, I doubt it's big enough for her and me, this town. Her life is a minestrone, she makes Maddox a cup of Earl Grey. Because Mrs. Magruder rules in the hot kitchen, and if you can't stand the heat, simply step inside the refrigerator. Well, people assume that I live in St Ives and don't care about politics, but it's not true. In fact, I'm very angry. And to show how angry I am, I'm going to recite an angry poem. And during the angry poem, I'm going to stamp my foot and shake my fist in the air as a form of protest come therapy. I'd like you all to join in, please, in angry solidarity. Let's have a practice, please. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this one is dedicated to little Shelton. The time has passed for rational debates. For reasoned words, it is too late. We've done everything that we could do. Told them what we knew was true. Everything that we could say. They just told us to go away. Earnest action never works up against a bunch of jerks. Spitting on our humanity. Laughing at our fears. The time for argument is over. Now is the time for bursting into tears. We gave our all, we tried our best. Fighting with such naive zest. But now's the time to take a rest, to hold our heads and get depressed. Up against forces we couldn't stop. Our campaign was a total flop. Questioning the status quo, the answer to the question's no. Don't leave you no place to go, just leave you feeling full of woe. We've been treated something foul, so let's now throw in the towel. So let's now pack up and flee. We'll bury our visions in the sand. Chuck our hopes out to the sea, hold our heads down in our hands and say, oh dearie, dearie me. We marched united, arm in arm, thinking we were too strong to harm. They didn't even raise the alarm. Somehow we must have taken the wrong turning. We ended up upon a farm, somewhere just off the A51 in Staffordshire. Each one struggled like a hero. We accomplished absolute zero. Let us cease our vain endeavour, knowing things are worse than ever. So hoist the white flag with dignity and not with compromise, a sheet of starch clean purity, glowing vigorous in the skies. The end.